Hey there, Shrine Runners! Hello, and welcome to the Fox Shrine. I'm Araxis, your host, and tonight we're going to be playing some more Star Trek Resurgence. Hey there, Meta. Hey, Kuro. Hey, Ada. Hey, Kilrathi. Hey, Kailash. Welcome. Hope you're all doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. Just finished up some Gundam Battle Online 2, or Gundam Battle Operations 2. That's what it is. It's I knew it was an O. Good game so far. It finally came out on the PC. It's been out on consoles for years now. Well, PlayStation consoles for years now. But I don't play console games, except for Switch, I guess. So it's my first chance to start playing that, and it's pretty fun. Finished all the tutorial missions, did a simulator mission, and played a couple of real matches just before the stream started. Lost 1-1-1, so even Stevens, baby. Definitely work together in that game rather than go off on your own. You seem to get better results that way. In the second game where we won, we sort of like everyone sort of like stuck together, camped around one of the asteroids or something like that. The enemy sort of like trickled in one by one. We just sort of blasted them. It worked out pretty good. It sort of helped that, at least in that battle, I seemed to have... I think they picked a lot of generals, and I was in a support, and supports are strong against generals, so that helped me at least. Ended up doing fairly well in that match myself. But anyway, let's get into some Star Trek, shall we? Alrighty then. And sorry to hear about your laptop cable. That definitely sounds really annoying. I know I hate having to replace like headphone cables, and a laptop cable's probably a bitch and a half. Unless it's just like a kettle cable, or like one of those triple cables or something like that. Depends on the part of the cable, I guess. Anyway, let's get into the game, shall we? Hold on, I need to up the volume. I remember this was a bit quiet, so let's do that.
Four warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
You've got them all in the
This ship
same
can
spot,
maintain
though.
warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Alright, it's time for the lower decks crew to show what we're made of. I suppose we could just blow it all up. Yeah, like what Meta said, just blow it all up. Part that connects to the laptop. Ah, damn it, yeah, that part.
What are we dealing with?
Oh, no character customization in this game, no. You're playing as set characters, which is fine in my opinion. You're telling a specific story. There is a little bit in Gundam Battle Online. Hopefully they'll add some more clothing options. Alright, what have we got here? Alright, one of the 4 warp cores powering the Zeldi. Thermal output indicates each core alone could not sustain minimal warp, but harmonic infusion of at least 2 cores would produce an exponential increase in power. Alright. Radiation-resistant casing protecting the warp core's matter-antimatter reaction chamber. Alright, well you don't want to break that while you're in there, I guess. What have we got here? Thermostatic sensor relays temperature signals to automated coolant valve controls. They're just overheated, right?
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Hotari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
It's like down over here, is it? Yeah. Yeah, but it's not a matter of it being difficult to blow up an antimatter reactor or anything like that. It's a matter of surviving. That is the problem, in my opinion. All right. What would be right trigger? That's right. So, where was the there? You don't need a talk, do you, buddy? Nope. All right. Oh, you're already here. All right. What have you got?
Whatever we do, we need to make sure that Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
Yes.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is,
Oh, eject it, huh?
how do we make it happen?
Well, have fun with X4, Kailash. I've never played... Well, I lie. I've played a tiny little bit of X Gold, but I didn't get into it, and I sort of gave up after like an hour or two.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the
X1,
most crucial
the first
safety
X
measures.
game.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
X Gold, because I believe there was an expansion pack or something. Still got the bloody disc over here, actually. Yeah, X Beyond the Frontier and Extension. Year 2000.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity.
Coolant system, damn straight.
The coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
Can we
Second
just
you two
shoot
start
it?
dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
And yeah, I have heard that the other X games have like a whole bunch of like added features and all that. So
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch.
they do get complicated apparently. So okay, let's start tinkering.
We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... I don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job. You'll be okay.
Yeah, we will. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
Look for the slightly cooler thing, right? Zip.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
That worked good.
Now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Alright, let's get the other one.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're
Hey.
cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Maybe we should have gotten started on the other one so that we'd be ready to, like, do it immediately, right?
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Here they come. Get into cover, people! Like that. Oh, get down. Ouch. Stay down. No, we're kind of trapped on another ship. They've already taken the ship. We're trying to stop them from getting to their destination after they've already stolen our ship. Well, not our ship, but the guys that we're with, their ship.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
No!
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done. And we're all dead.
We just need one. Okay, stay down. Okay, these guys take a... True, our shirt isn't red, but later on in
Shoot!
the Star Trek series, the yellow... Get in there!
Warp
The
core
yellow
output at
shirts
critical level.
tend to have
Ejecting core.
more problems.
Warp drive disengaged.
Because the red shirts get promoted to command crew.
You did it.
You got another way out of here?
I think so. Tasker, can you climb?
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
Yellow shirts are indeed red shirts. Yellow is the new red. Don't get yourself possessed now.
You want me? I'm right here.
Oh boy. I like the Tasker. Yep, morph shirts are indeed getting taken out as well. And
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child.
It's not betrayal,
We'll
it's
be better soon.
mind plague.
Wake up, Manka Umet. Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
We don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
So far it does look like there is no way to reverse the process, at least according to the doctor on our own ship. But we will see. Although he seemed to like that, despite that. Major Armenta was thankful for Carter's determined leadership during the sabotage mission, especially after Itasca was captured. Stranger Amogus.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
Oh, Chief Engineer.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely
I mean,
in my mind.
He's basically a living
Given
god.
This is merely a research ship. I won't be able to find him without it.
He could probably...
Perhaps I should have made that clear up front.
He
I'll
could...
need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything,
He
but
could probably
let me see what I can do.
take control himself if he
Just
wanted to.
know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed.
You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
Let's start off with
You said
insulting
you needed
him.
my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
And we do need your help. Absolutely. And we are grateful that you decided to come.
And your captain has an odd way of expressing his gratitude.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie.
What's he in here? Slightly less offended after Jara defended him from Solano's insult when they first met, but couldn't understand why she tolerated its ignorance. Because you've already pissed him off a lot, to be honest. Also, hey Drago, welcome.
Clearly it's with the Takan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Takan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance. Bordering on incompetence.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
Let me try and smooth things over with the captain.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize that's supposed to be in an incredibly difficult position.
I do
I was
get it.
against seeking him out from the start. But now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
Yeah, like, the Scions are basically like a terrorist organization to them.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
We'll take every precaution to make sure we get what we need. I'll keep a close eye on him myself.
I appreciate that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one.
Alright. Outraged when he learned Jara had promised Portal 6-3 access to the ship's computers, but found himself persuaded by a convincing argument in favor of it. I'm fine with keeping an eye on Portal, and it'll keep me out of your hair as well.
I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Is this why we get crystals on our ship? Yep, I've had it with these heckin' crystals on my heckin' ship.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long
I
will it
found
take?
something.
Oh, there we go.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely right. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Someone sus.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on this ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship.
Oh boy. This literally is a Mogus.
Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Alright.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Probably over here, right? Check the shafts, the Jeffries tubes. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of radiation over here, right?
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
We have to turn things off, maybe? Byproduct radiation of the matter-antimatter reaction, primary low-frequency radio waves, free neutrinos, and acoustic kinetic energy. Alright. Hello? What have we got?
Jeffries' tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Right about the shafts, Drago, at least in this part. Maintenance scroll spaces act as a waveguide for ultra-low frequency acoustic and electromagnetic radiation, generally in the 35 to 85 decibel range. Caution labels mark areas of high radiation and recommended personnel protection gear. At least we aren't crawling around in it. Do we have another? Aha. Okay, so we filtered that out. Now we've got something over here. Around here? This looks glowy.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Alright, excellent. 6 layers of transparent alloys, vacuum barriers, and low-grade force fields contain the raw electroplasma behind these ports. Filtered radiation is primarily infrared and visible electromagnetic radiation between 580 and 1100 nanometer wavelengths. Alright. Now what have we got? Looks like around over there. Yeah, I was playing that earlier, actually, Drago. Finished all the training missions, played a couple of matches. It's pretty fun. Do have to learn how to play properly.
Found it.
Hello?
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes, You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here?
Not the GP-01, Drago.
I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Just a routine systems check. We've been having problems with our comms lately.
Oh, that's news to me. I haven't heard anything about it.
Probably because the comm system isn't working. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary?
What did he think? Somewhat suspicious and more than a little concerned when he discovered Jara was lurking in engineering.
Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
All right.
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylis?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
I hope it's not her. She's been really helpful so far. And I hope he's not trying to sort of trick us or anything.
Maybe Tylis saw something.
Yeah. I would be too. I'm not going to assume anything just because she was in the area.
Tylis, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a Scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
We have to trace every contact, starting with engineering, which is where the device was planted.
At least that narrows the list. But we still have to go back quite a while.
Whatever it takes.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think it's the right thing to do to scan both of us. Make sure everything's fine.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well.
Hmm.
You never know.
Let's get to it. The search
Yeah,
starts in engineering.
that's certainly
Whoever
possible,
planted the
Drago.
device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Well, let's get rid of the duplicates, I guess.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
There's the delegation.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Now this is manageable.
And non-engineering.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering. Let's see who's left.
Pending, huh?
No. This can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4.
Oh boy, that's gonna be, interesting. Also, hey, Lost Poet, welcome. Very heavy order of mechas. Alright, well, I hope you enjoy that. I'm doing pretty well, thank you for asking. I haven't seen you around for a while. It's good to see you around. But yeah, hopefully you got something nice.
Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin? The Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I found the device.
At least they're being honest about the meal, I guess.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Taconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly.
What flavor McFlurry, anyway?
The presence of this device is worrying.
Got a whole bunch of different flavors of them, after all.
Here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I'm fairly convinced they bioformed Captain
It could also
Solana.
be the medic trying to...
I knew there was a reason I didn't like him.
the doctor trying to put suspicion on the captain, admittedly.
Bioform was so rare at the time of the Empire.
Yes, Captain Solana would be a very good target for them, 100%. It is also possible that they've just got the doctor and are trying to sort of like make the captain look suspicious by leaving that there. It's a more complicated plan, certainly, but we'll see how things go anyway. Felt a growing trust in their relationship when she revealed who she suspected might be the scion aboard the Resolute.
But I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Proof of your claim is something you will have to produce yourself.
Then we have to bioscan him. I'll talk to Dr. Duvall.
That's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order.
Wyatt.
Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if I would be on my own, but with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
That smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in.
She liked that. Admired Yara's intuition and leadership when she was asked about confronting Captain Solano. But, Doc, I need you to be scanned as well.
Pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
The tactics officer. She likes us. The blood of battle. 100%. I am horrible at detective stuff. When it is more freeform. Tabletop RPGs, I am real bad at detective stuff in those.
Down to one reactor. Thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
How fast are we going now? That's a good question indeed. Let's go around this way, huh? Yeah, that's how you do it. Let's see.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Gotta increase the playtime, right?
Oh!
We are fine at Ace Attorney. We can play that fine, certainly.
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by Lydian hands, inspired Takan corruption. We'll hold.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Oh yeah, it's actually made by former Telltale developers from what I have heard. So that's part of the reason why I was interested in this. Like, it's not made by Telltale Studios, it's made by the former staff who either left or got fired, like, after the studio shut down. Well, what happened was, apparently, they weren't. Yeah, it was years ago now. But like the work pace that they were sort of like setting for their staff was too much, and they weren't making enough money, and sort of like bad sort of like management decisions led to the studio folding, despite the games being popular. Like I suppose like part of this is like the games had a drop in quality, I guess, because of the pressures that they were putting on staff. And the studio closed down, and like got the name got given over to like a holding company, and like it's getting started up again. Like they have released like another. They're currently doing the Expanse now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope that it ends up being good. We'll have to see what their new stuff is like, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed Batman and the Walking Dead. Although my favorite Telltale game was actually Tales from the Borderlands. I don't like Borderlands. I suppose Borderlands 3 was a little bit better, but I still didn't really enjoy it. But I do enjoy the universe, and Tales from the Borderlands was a lot of fun.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
I think there's just no way for us to know what happens after we die.
Really?
Maybe there's something more, maybe not. But I can't discount the possibility. You can't prove a negative.
Then maybe you can understand this. My people have a special journey.
Where are you, buddy? Understood Carter's uncertainty about the afterlife. Okay. 50% old employees. Gotcha. There we go. No, I have not played that game, Kurabachi.
When Illydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now. It's a torturous idea.
What you're talking about is mercy. And that's an honorable goal.
That seems easier to live with than being driven by revenge.
Yeah. Encouraged by Carter's merciful approach to those who have been bioformed. And yeah, like many different cultures and religions, 100%. No, I said I didn't enjoy Borderlands. I said that I only really enjoyed Tales from the Borderlands, which is a completely different game.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. but she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister. Sounded like her. But wasn't.
It's okay to walk away from someone when there isn't anything left to stay for. Nothing lasts forever.
Tell that to the Takan Empire.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They not cease this madness.
Yeah, at the end of the day, mutual respect for people.
Veskar.
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it. Just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better? Or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
Probably trying to repair the ship, right?
The storm. It's back. What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Astrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Oh, and they're just going to destroy this one. Just abandon it, yeah. Mutiny on the Resolute. Oh boy.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Can we get someone to follow him? Bedrosian.
Lieutenant Bedrosian, a word, please.
Yes, Commander. What can I do for you?
Listen, the captain may have been compromised.
What?
I have every reason to believe he has been bioformed, and is now actively working against us.
Hold on. This makes no sense. Did Portal do something to you?
I'm dead serious. Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan. He's not Captain Solano anymore. He's a Scion.
Which would make you Captain. So you're saying you're taking command of the ship? Because if you are, That's one hell of a bold move. And you better be absolutely sure you have your facts straight.
With your help and your backing, yes, I have to.
I'm not signing myself up for mutiny.
I have Duval's support.
She liked that, despite yep. Humbled when Jara confided her suspicions about Captain Solano, despite her reservations, some might view their actions as mutinous. That would really suck, Poet.
We're going to ask the captain to undergo a bioscan. When he refuses, I need you to back me up.
If he gets scanned,
we were on the
and he's fine, then it's
It was
fine.
my safety over the lives of a dozen Illydians. I've wondered again and again if I deserved that. If you made the right call. But if it's why I'm here now, able to help you save the Resolute, maybe the whole Federation, then I'm glad you did. So, my answer is yes. I'm with you no matter what. When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duval is already on the bridge.
All right. I'm ready.
And it looks like they've got to be, like, properly in the med bay for that scan. He's just been refusing to go, as far as I know.
Now or never.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. We all have to follow the rules.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post.
Do you smell what the rock
Do not make me
is
tell you again.
cooking?
I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy. I won't stand for this.
This is for your own good, Captain.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Took Yara's actions as mutinous when she confronted him on the bridge and asked him to submit to a bioscan. I mean, it is technically mutinous, I guess.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Get back. Give her a chance to speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
That's enough, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Step aside or you'll join her in the brig.
No.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Quiet! Stand down! That's an order!
What is the meaning of this? Everyone hold until we get answers. This cannot happen on the bridge of a Federation starship.
I can prove I'm right if you just give me a chance. If I'm wrong, then I will face the consequences.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I'm relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
Me too, Drago, I have to say.
I don't know what I expected, but not this. I can't believe I shot the captain. I don't think Starfleet likes it when you do that. When you're right. It doesn't look good.
If it helps, that wasn't really the captain.
I mean, intellectually, sure. I understand that. But he looks and sounds exactly like him. I'm not sure I'll ever get that out of my head.
Other people didn't like that, apparently. In the aftermath of the confrontation, once Jara became captain, Lieutenant Bedrosian felt better after Jara reassured her it wasn't actually Captain Solano that she shot. Westbrook was stunned after Jara chose not to confide in him before confronting Captain Solano. Disappointed when, yeah. I could apparently only choose one. I would have been happy to bring you all in on this, if possible. You all just wanted to be the ones to shoot him. Finally get the headrest. Not privately. In public, yes, but they all got blindsided. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Engage.
Engage.
Still like Voyager, to be honest. Riketsu. Oh shit. They were ready for us.
We're taking fire.
It was a trap.
All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
Meta. I believe in this instance, it is naval tradition to call the person in charge of the ship captain, regardless of it being their rank or not. So you'll, for example, like on some smaller ships in like real life navies, like the captain will be like a commander or something like that, but they will still be addressed as captain.
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
The Veskar's warp engines are powering up.
Our warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Veskar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
With Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry! You got it?
Got it! Diaz to Resolute!
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar... is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
She's right here. She can tell you herself.
I'm not dead yet.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Like a shuttle, maybe?
You'll have to be quick about it, because we can't give you much more time. We can't evade the Zeldi forever.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
God.
We can leave out that cargo
Smart.
they were transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
But she just has to be able to survive for a little while.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits. Enemy phaser impact dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Beta, go around the asteroid.
Beta 3, circle around that asteroid and come back firing.
Aye, Captain.
Use the asteroid for cover. Our shields are compromised.
Zeldi, in range.
Fire!
Fire!
Zeldi's shields down to 82%.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks.
Do it.
But I will need full access to the propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
Do it!
Not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give portal access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Unlimited power! Oh boy! Just activated Transam!
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight.
Undersized.
Damn it.
Not enough room
Not
for
this
the big
one.
guy.
Punctured.
Wait, this'll hold up in a vacuum.
Porta potty. Porta potty. Here we go.
This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Rockets? Alright. Let's do some impromptu welding.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Enzo.
They can't run.
Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their weapon systems.
Hi, Captain. Firing torpedoes.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Nice.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Duct tape. It has a light and a dark side, and it binds the universe together. It is just like the Force.
More moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there?
So long, suckers!
Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
We can't. We don't have the time. We have to seal ourselves in.
This ship has no weapons. Sidran's going to ram it into your Federation ship. Please, Amenta.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship before it can crash into the Resolute.
They're both in agreement now.
We're going.
Hetzelar to Resolute.
Neutral. Yeah, fair enough. Somewhat surprised by Carter's lack of compassion when he sealed in the door and refused to save a Tusker. Understood when Carter refused to rescue a Tusker and respected the decision.
I have the away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready.
Zeldy's coming about.
They're going to charge the Resolute.
Direct collision would be catastrophic.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Hold all fire! Get out of there, Petty Officer.
We've got the engines boosted.
You heard her.
We should be fine.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate!
Detonate!
Nice. Got ourselves a little TARDIS.
sensors. Tractor beam activating.
Fire torpedoes.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Fire!
That was a lot of torpedoes. What do they do, overload the tubes or something? This is a research vessel, mind you.
Tractor beams locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
Oh.
I have to see it for
Oh
myself.
crap, I accidentally pressed the button.
We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
I mean, it sounds like something I would have picked, right?
Arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Brodrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
That's the protocol. But it's also a captain's prerogative to break that protocol.
I suppose it is.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Gotta choose one of those three to be first officer now, won't I? Like after this. The Arsenal of Eternity.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
If people want him to be the first officer and I get the choice, I can go ahead and choose him.
Let's make this a short mission, alright?
That's the plan.
How's your call to come down here? Still not sure I agree. I respect the chain of command.
At least we, don't have any red shirts, right?
The phasers should make quick work of the ice.
Scared of turncoats? I don't think there's going to be any turncoats. Oh. Alright. More ice.
Is this another Takan vault?
It's a pretty ice planet.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
Captain was ahead of you, Drago.
You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
To be fair, he's from a precursor civilization. Like, if you think of like the precursor civilizations in Stellaris and the Fallen Empires, like, that's basically him, right? Also, you could play the game yourself and choose your own dialogue options. And then you'll be able to see
Let's see what we can find.
see a whole new
Stay on high
playthrough.
alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
Galactic Federation. I mean, they've got that vault that's possibly filled with, like, super weapons.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Alright. Well, that's, this music sounds like Star Wars now.
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it.
You sound like a Sith
Much
Lord
was built
now.
after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
You know, it'd be cool if there was like a Star Wars game that was an adventure like this. Alright,
I should look elsewhere.
don't need to go this way. You're busy with that. And there is that, obviously, but... what have you got over here? Nothing? Okay, maybe we go here later. Go to the magic scroll thing. What's this? Space ocean.
Portal? What is that void down there?
Space, folded upon itself. A fairly simple concept.
For a Takan, perhaps?
I advise against falling in.
Is an actual thing coming? There is a Star Wars Telltale game in the works? I mean, I suppose we'll have to see how The Expanse goes to see if we can trust the new Telltale studio, and hopefully they're not bloody overworking their staff, because, I mean, yes, you can make 2 games at once, certainly, but, you know, want to make sure that the staff aren't being mistreated. That was a issue with the previous Telltale.
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takon to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient.
A transporter.
I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Well, tally ho. From 2 teleporters now. With this one. Oh, so we ended up here now. It's less intuitive. Let's go straight ahead. Oh god. Here? Is this gonna lead us back? No. God damn it. Alright, so we're back here now. Alright, let's try this one. Alright. Oh, come on, we made it? God damn it, Drago.
Soil. Just soil.
Dirt.
It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Alright, soil from a planet not... Yep, requires further investigation. Sure. Is this, more dirt? Yeah, okay. I mean, does EA still have an exclusive game license for the Star Wars franchise? Like, that's why there's been, like, so few Star Wars games compared to 20 years ago. Ask Master Draconian data. Contents unable to be translated. Thanks. Extremely high particle density, impossible with current Starfleet technology. Not Starfleet, Starfleet. So we can have a look at that, apparently. Well, in a moment. Starfleet. Investigate the soil. Oh, can't scan that, fair enough. Alright. Soil.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld.
Not surprising.
Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon.
Oh, thanks for clarifying,
I took my
Amok.
oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this.
And it didn't get renewed then? Are they working out another exclusive deal, or are they planning on doing it case by case? Maybe this means I'll be able to get like digital copies of...
in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever.
The FFG Star Wars TTRPG. Because...
Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being, even with your defenses up.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Well, if you're doing it with multiple studios and all that, like it's not going to be a problem to do that. They don't all have to be AAA games either. Appreciated Jara's empathy when he was overwhelmed by feelings of loss inside the Takon vault.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Taconian ship ever built. I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Wonder how far they can transport with that technology, and if they could they like use it to essentially infect every civilization out there with more scions?
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
I've seen these before, in the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form. Preserved for all eternity.
Given the size of this vault, there must have been tens of thousands of these cases, representing billions and billions of Takon.
A threat on a truly massive scale. One your Federation can't easily contend with. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
Yeah, I believe you.
You are wrong.
Oh, hello?
This was always their purpose. To restore the glory that was lost.
Hold on.
Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened.
The advanced
1
teleporter.
minute you're standing there as you. The next, you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
You're talking about a crime against sentient life on a mass scale.
Or an evolutionary process, where the strongest and most capable survive. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable.
And that's why the shield frequencies are important.
Fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Takan here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Takan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me.
Sorry. Despite his obvious animosity, Citron begrudgingly respected Jara's decision to protect her crew at the expense of Draconian lies, but still blamed her for blatantly manipulating Portal 6-3. I mean, isn't that what you're doing as well, Citron?
Which side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us.
Maybe we can take them away from them.
We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. For to transport.
Well, this is essentially like a cemetery. Like, I don't think it's necessarily right to bombard it. And that could turn Portal against us, which we do not want.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you.
I hear you, I understand.
I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
2 minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
Screen.
Besides, potentially we could give them like clone bodies without minds.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
If the decision were made to resurrect them.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon, not science. Takon, they're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Quite right.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
Yeah. Eternally grateful when Yara transported the Draconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
We need Portal on our side. I'm not going to jeopardize that when I don't have to.
So you jeopardize the rest of us. And to think, I used to look up to you.
Harsh. Yeah. Enraged when Jara transported the Draconian crystals from the vault to the Resolute and chose to put the relationship with Portal 6-3 ahead of the safety of the crew.
The Aphelion is targeting us, approaching rapidly.
They hit us with that bioforming ray and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
Genocide is kind of a bad thing to do. We're not here in the business of committing genocide. Homecoming! Oh hey, we got crystals on the ship. We are not in the business of committing genocide, Kurobachi.
There they are!
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. It was the merciful thing to do. The Tasker can rest now. Even if I wavered in the moment. It wasn't a question of time. It was about freeing a Tasker.
I'm sorry you lost your friend.
In her final moments, I'm sure she counted you as a friend as well.
No surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
Alright. Let's have a look around, shall we?
She was a good little escape pod. Not that I want another ride like that anytime soon.
Wonder how long, like, you'd be fine with the air and all that. And the temperature.
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
I'm just getting started.
It is a little bit.
Hey, Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioform. As far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
Anything else around here? Oh, yeah. Teleportarium over there. Alright.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
Come on, he's got to give us some credit for all we've done.
We'll see. Then again, if he doesn't, that's just Chovak being Chovak.
You have performed acceptably.
I can't believe it! You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it!
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Well, what we did, you can't just teach that.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll try. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
Oh yeah,
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
Solano wasn't perfect, but he was a good man. I'm sorry that happened to him.
Yeah, we all are. But we'll rally around Captain Rydek. Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering's kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule.
Back to work.
On both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
I am stating facts, not looking for excuses.
I gotta admit, it's a little flattering that this place went to hell so fast without me. So, I'll take that as a compliment.
I believe factors other than your absence were also to blame.
Yeah, after Carter's heroics aboard the Zeldy, Lieutenant Commander Chovak harbored concerns about Carter's willingness to get back to work.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldy, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
Crosstalk. Finally get the two protagonists talking to each other now?
I tended to an Illidian earlier. Major Sarlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Illidians are no longer enemies. I'd always hoped for peace, but it seemed so far away. There's still a lot of bad blood. Maybe too much.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
I like her too. Oh, where are you? There you are, sorry. Talos was grateful for Jara's support and offered to help forge peace with the Illydians when they discussed the matter in sickbay.
Coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust, but an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone.
Duval felt inspired by Jara's display of leadership and her situational awareness after she transported the Draconian crystals aboard the Resolute.
You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust, but if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours.
It sounded like Chat wanted Ermot.
Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified. You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
I don't mind saying I consider Commander Ermot a strong candidate for the role.
He'd be a popular choice with the crew, and bring a steadiness to the position that others might lack. Certainly not a controversial choice, but then some may perceive that as playing it safe. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duval.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship, not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Lieutenant, we both know how much we need your help and expertise for the coming conflict. I have no one to replace you.
I understand, Captain, and I apologize, but my heart is not in it any longer, and to stay would be a disservice to us both.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
I appreciate that.
Urabachi! Felt conflicted after Jara's efforts to be conciliatory when she suddenly tendered her resignation back aboard the Resolute.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world. Not that I'm surprised in the least.
Excellent idea, Mr. Chovak. They deserve to be here.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsolar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
Well, I could say the same thing about Edsolar here. She deserves as much of the credit as I do.
It's like a mutual admiration society.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Reindeck, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship.
The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time.
Do you realize they've already got the captain, right, Kurobachi?
Are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember.
Yeah, reassured by Jara's realistic assessment of the situation during the senior staff briefing on the Resolute.
Our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here.
Kurobachi is dictator.
Getting bioform, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
Well, as simple as it sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught. Whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Takan as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but...
Westbrook was proud of Carter's recognition of Ed Salar and his willingness to offer practical solutions to a complex problem during the senior staff briefing aboard the Resolute.
We've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And we might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
You say that it slows the process, but this doesn't actually stop the Takan from taking over, does it?
Correct. I can't be 100% certain, but it appears this is only a short-term solution. Also, it requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question. What is the mission?
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but that's the idea.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
We found that only a Takan can operate their technology to its fullest. So, unless we want to try to do this with one hand tied behind our backs, we're definitely gonna need an assist from this portal guy.
I like that even less.
Like it or not, that's the truth.
Yes. Portal should be part of the away team. There's no question in my mind.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Voice authorization, Rydek. Alpha 7 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
Hopefully not. But if so, I've made it one easy for me to remember. Alpha for 1, 7 because it's a lucky number, and Whiskey because bartender. Alright. Ermot.
I am proud to name Commander Ermot as my new first officer, effective immediately.
He's not happy. Devastated to yet again be passed over for promotion as the first officer of the USS Resolute, and won't soon forgive Yara for that slight. Thrilled and honored to be named as the USS Resolute's new first officer.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Captain. I promise I won't let you down.
This is on you, chat, by the way. You chose Ermot.
Commander Ermot is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain Rydek!
Excuse me for a minute.
This is just unbelievable, unacceptable, inexplicable. To be the most senior officer on the bridge, and to be passed over again? I couldn't believe you went to Lieutenant Bedrosian with the information about Captain Solano being compromised instead of me. But this... I've never felt more humiliated.
Listen, I know you're disappointed. I would be too in your position. But considering our history and what we're up against, I had to decide what would be best for all of us. Which is why I chose Commander Ermot.
He's not even close to being first officer material. He's little more than a bureaucrat who's never set foot off the ship. That is a serious liability at a time when we need experience. Otherwise, we don't stand a chance against the Scions.
The crew on this ship has experienced as many challenges and tragedies as any crew could be expected to endure. What we need now, more than anything, is stability and reliability, a calm and reassuring presence.
Yeah. And her refusal to listen to reason only compounded his frustration.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going a bit too far there. Line of fire.
I don't understand. Giving everything she's got, well, it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate. I know the process, Captain. With your permission, I'll go handle it.
Of course.
If Galvin manages to catch us, there's nothing we can do. We're no match for Taconian technology. Not to mention the shield frequencies. As if that wasn't enough of a challenge of its own.
We can't fight them on their terms. We have to be clever.
We're being pulled out of warp!
I've got the Aphelion rapidly bearing down on our position.
We're being hailed by the Aphelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
On screen.
You thought you could run? That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Takan than you were as a cowardly Kobliad. Is it any wonder your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You underestimate the lengths I'm willing to go to ensure you don't succeed.
Sadly, this is as far as you'll get. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired.
You've got hostages.
And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here!
Shiny.
The prophets.
Evasive maneuvers!
That doesn't look very nice at all. Did they just get Takoned?
They've hit us, Dex 8 through 10. But I'm not reading any structural damage.
Yeah.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond with force. Return fire. Don't let them attack without a counter.
Fire phasers! Target the source of the beam!
No damage from the phasers, Captain. their shields are still at full strength. The Aphilion's just too powerful.
Damage report from the lower decks.
Still can't get through on the comms, Captain. If that was the bioforming ray, I have to assume there are now Takan on board the Resolute. They could all be Takan at this point. Or will be soon enough.
Seal the bridge. No one gets access without my permission.
I think that would be wise.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
Live long and prosper. Oh shit! Follow up Edsala, huh? Alright. Oh no, she's too fast for me! Zap!
We don't know who's on what side, Carter. Come on!
Just shoot anyone who's shooting us, and use stun. Oh crap. I wonder if even the Takan can tell the difference between each other. Oh crap.
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accept.
Glad to have you aboard.
These are concentrated Duridium doses. You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Hell, take it right before if you can get the Takan to wait while you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. We need to tunnel through the shields.
Yeah. Oh, let me... Target. Okay. Through there. 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 And... there. We need to do this a little bit. There we go. Ah. Is that gonna be enough? There we go.
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump. I might be able to divert power from...
Stand aside.
Oh, thank you.
The signal is now resolved. I couldn't let you fumble about any longer. Time is running short.
Thanks for that.
No need. We must be on our way. I am Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Nice to meet you, Portal.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport. On your order.
Energize.
All right, let's see how this goes. starting to get final boss vibes from this.
The glory of it. This ship is a marvel. Even to me, it's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this. And it won't see one ever again.
It is beautiful. I'll give you that.
Resolute, come in!
Okay. When confronted with the task of destroying the Aphelion, Orr was glad to hear Carter shared his appreciation for the ship. You can appreciate something you gotta destroy.
We're losing cohesion.
I'm gonna try to use my tricorder as a pattern enhancer.
The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
Ooh.
They didn't make it.
Oh my god. We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
Get served up for the Aphelions' next meal.
I am saturated in Taconian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
4 red shirts. Didn't even get to teleport over. Geometric lattice of crystal formations with intricate patterns of energy. Low-level tetramatic radiation detected. Alright. Geometrically arranged sparkling structures exhibiting a wide range of colors, textures, and shapes formed through natural or artificial processes. Heavy tetramatic radiation detected. Alright. And...
This way.
Power play.
Nothing. I can't reach anyone on the lower decks. Internal comms appear to be fully operational again.
That bioforming ray may have transformed dozens of crew members on the lower decks.
Fighting the Aphelion is bad enough. The last thing we need is an insurrection on our own ship.
He sounds familiar.
Which means we have a narrow window of time to cut them off before...
Captain, we're holding them off as best we can on Deck 9, but...
If they spread throughout the decks, we'll never know who to trust.
Ooh.
A civil war aboard our own ship.
Lock down the affected areas immediately. Close the bulkheads and erect the containment fields. No one is allowed in or out without my authorization.
There could be crew members who aren't affected who could get locked inside.
That's a risk we'll have to take.
Locking down the lower decks.
Yeah, probably the best option there. After the Resolute was hit by the bioforming ray, Dr. Devolf fully supported Jara's cautious reaction when she gave the order to lock down the lower decks. Hey, you can, the game is on the Epic Store at the moment, and if you disapprove of any of my decisions, you can go and purchase the game there, and you too can choose to vent the airlocks and get rid of whatever contagion there may be. Oh, yeah, okay, I thought that was Liam O'Brien. Alright, cool. I'm not going mad. Alright. Let's go get a drink then. Alright? Give me a moment. A lot of people know Liam O'Brien from a Critical Role, but I know him from a few other sort of things. He's got a distinctive voice. Alright, I have returned. Let's get some of those stretches in. Alright. Okay. And let's get things underway. But yeah, at least this way we could potentially save some people via scanning them. Venting means saving no one. Sending in a team means like causing more chaos and them getting infected as well. Alright, let's get back to it.
And what happens if some of the bioformed manage to escape? How should the crew engage them? Or should they? We don't want suspicion to run rampant. Some ground rules would help.
We should be cautious. If a situation arises, I want phasers set to stun.
Of course. I'll let the crew know to proceed with caution.
Commander Westbrook has been gone for quite some time.
The comm system he went to investigate. It's near the affected area. Commander Westbrook? Commander Westbrook, are you there?
Computer shutdown initiated.
Oh boy.
Westbrook. He's the one who initiated the shutdown.
He got zapped.
We have 10 minutes until the computer core shuts down and all systems are completely
It's
offline.
not about making him commander.
Complete loss of all
He got
critical
zapped.
ship functions. Only the captain can override it. But the computer core itself.
With me.
What Ada said, he got deconned.
Stop! Identify yourselves!
We're just trying to figure out what's happening. Ah, to hell with it.
You have to get to the computer core! Go!
He probably wouldn't have gone down there if he was first officer.
Master
Someone else would have.
I don't have much time.
Alright.
Captain, are you in here? Are you all right? Ermont asked me to come find you. I came the minute I heard you might be in danger. I'll get this door open. I think I remember the code. Hope you haven't been hurt, Captain. It's not safe here. Chaos in the halls. Just about.
Tell me, where were you when the bioforming ray hit the ship?
Well, I was in the turbo lift. Now just stay still. These Federation weapons are so primitive.
Computer termination sequence in progress.
Damn it!
Get down! through. Get through before he's after us.
I'm done playing games with you, Captain. You're only delaying the inevitable.
Computer termination sequence in progress. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Alright. Sorry, Commander.
Cancel computer shutdown.
Ooh.
Kill me. It goes against everything you believe in. Besides, you and I, we have history.
Westbrook and I have history. You're not him.
Okay. Okay.
Awaiting Captain's authorization. Awaiting Captain's authorization.
Cancel computer shutdown. Voice authorization, Rydick. Alpha 7 Whiskey.
I didn't even have to remember it.
Termination sequence cancelled.
Turns out the phaser settings for both kill and stun look exactly the same. Who'd have thought it? Belly of the beast. Oh shit. Hey there, buddy.
These are the arteries of power coming from the cortabula at the heart of the Aphelion. I can feel it coursing through my own body. Look there. I cannot move as freely inside this ship. Those emitters are why. If they were deactivated, I could travel past this chamber without setting foot in it.
Only Takan can use Takan technology. How do I turn them off?
Place these on the emitters. It will suppress their effect. The guards none the wiser.
Got it.
I'm coming too.
If we both get caught, it's over. If it's just me, you can try again after I fail.
Well then, don't screw it up.
Not screwing up's my middle name.
I can't phaser any of the guards. It'll alert every Takan in here.
Almost got it.
Not on the control panel, apparently. The emitters look like. It's not this, is it? No. Alright. That the thing's blasting light? Probably. Needs to stop the Pillar of Autumn. That's way more doomed.
Those guards can see the whole room from there. Crystal's portal gave me will get a reaction out of these consoles. Worked! Better move.
Right. Which way?
Someone hiding? What's wrong?
We go.
Two to go.
I mean, they kind of noticed that, right? It's got a Metal Gear it. Dun 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 do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, you can totally say that you hate stealth sections. At least this doesn't seem to be particularly onerous or anything. Here. Did they put Gundam down for maintenance again? That's unfortunate. Yeah, I got caught out on maintenance as well, like after I finished the training scenarios. Oh boy. Didn't bother to activate this console. You're not wrong there, I guess, Kurabachi. Especially in this instance. It seems like whenever they change, from what I heard, it's whenever they like change the missions available, it's causing issues with like joining the game or something like that. Okay. Shit. Oh shit. There we go. It's probably being maintained by like one person or something. I was trying to do like one more mission before the stream started, but I didn't have enough time to do so that I could get my dailies done. As they've got like a triple bonus for your dailies at the moment. Okay. How many Gardaroonies have we got? Alright, see you later, Kuro.
Huh?
Oh shit, shit.
I thought I saw some.
Okay. Someone over there, huh? For you. Let's go and have a look at that. Sneak past you. And that should be able to lure that guard. There we go. Like a glove? That's 3 emitters, I believe. Oh shit.
Well done. Let's get out of here.
That's convenient though.
Guess we can't teleport the rest of the way.
Oh boy. Where did everyone else go? Are you... Space gods.
That craft
Oh, here they are.
take us to the main power chamber.
No way we can make that jump.
When I was younger, maybe.
Alright. Let's have a sneaky peek over here.
Huh. This might control that craft. Portal, a little help?
I should be able to bring it to us.
There!
Oh boy. Portal? Can you, like, zap them or something? I suppose you gotta control the device. Crap. Oh stuff like that. Oh crap. Right, I forgot about the whole choosing directions and all.
What the hell? I've got this thing set to maximum stun. How are they getting up?
Something's different about the Takan here. Stunning isn't an option.
Get in!
Who knows, maybe they're becoming more and more Takan-like. Shit. Oh. Damn it.
This would go faster if you did something about them.
Alright. Oh, here comes another one.
It's a Guardian. He's with them.
We have to sink that other ship. Shoot the pilot!
The pilot must be shot down. The force field will take a lot of damage, but after that's down... from this angle. Alright. Oh shit. Shit. There we go. That looks like a fish.
Guardian! You saw what they did to our ancestors! How do you stand with them?
He teleported the ancestors. Zoom. See ya.
We've left them behind. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're not real Takan. We were conquerors, not parasites. The souls I pushed your captain to spare will not be used for this end. I will see to that.
I'll tell you what these Scions are. They're fanatics. They won't stop for anything.
Yes, so we must be fanatical in return if we are going to stop them.
No hesitation. This ends here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
I'm doing everything I can, but I can't shake her!
No win scenario. Not trying their bio beam again.
You didn't stand a chance. I'm here for the ship and the crew, not for you.
Glad to have you aboard.
I couldn't just sit in my quarters, waiting to get turned into a Takan.
Your timing's perfect. We need your help now more than ever.
Clearly.
They're targeting our engines.
Sorry, where are we? Lieutenant Petrosian was glad to hear Jara express how much her help was needed and appreciated.
With Bioform Takan on board, they'd rather cripple us if they can.
If we lose the engines, we can't avoid the bioforming ray. Brace for impact!
Ooh. Oh, damn. That's an Intrepid class, isn't it? The fleet has arrived!
We're being hailed by the USS Titan.
Put them through.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Resolute.
Captain.
We got here as fast as we could. Looks like you've got your hands full with this monster. That flying chandelier really packs a punch.
We're damn glad to see you, Captain. We could use all the help we can get.
I told you I'd be here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we up against?
They're powering up for another attack.
Just saying, it's lucky we told them about the whole shield frequencies when our fake Captain Solano told us, hey, we should be quiet about this, shouldn't we? Yeah. Pleased when Jara sounded so grateful. Of course.
We have to warn them. Open a channel to all Starfleet ships immediately.
Starting emergency transmission.
This is Captain Jara Rydek of the USS Resolute. The ship we're fighting is armed with a bioforming ray that can transform your entire crew instantaneously. Avoid being hit at all costs.
And remember, they have our shield algorithms, so take preemptive evasive action.
Oh boy.
It's only a matter of time before they get their bearings. And when they do, they're going to turn against us. The sooner we attack them, the better.
They can all be Takan. Or none of them. We can't assume anything yet.
I can't attack another Federation ship. I need alternatives. Full impulse power. Take us in for a closer look.
Aye, Captain.
Ooh boy.
That's not a Starfleet ship. The Takan have it.
Shields at full power!
Shields are holding against the Pawtucket's attack. For now, at least.
Fire photon torpedoes!
Firing. Shields at 60%. Heavy damage reported in astrometrics.
Handar, evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here!
Aye, Captain!
Thank you.
Don't worry, Resolute. We've got your back.
Yeah, with actual battleships.
Their weapon systems are offline.
Captain, I suggest we minimize the collateral damage. Destroy their engines and we can turn our focus to the Aphelion. It's the most prudent thing to do. And I hope they would do the same if the situation was reversed.
Take out their engines. Fire when ready.
Targeting their engines. Commencing fire. Now.
Haven't shown any ability to be able to instantly repair their ships or anything like that. But that's not a good sign that they've got even more of the fleet now.
Captain Rydek, the Aphelion is too much for any one of us to take on alone. But collectively, we might just have a shot.
On our way. Full impulse power.
Aye, Captain.
Target the bioforming ray. Fire photon torpedoes.
Firing photon torpedoes.
I've lost helm control. Trying to re-establish.
Weapons and defensive systems are down too.
Engine output remains consistent, but it's not reaching its destination.
This is what happened to the Enterprise.
They're draining our energy.
We're caught in it too.
I hope the away team finds some way to help.
Hope you got the bioforming ray. The hammer or the anvil?
If there is a way to disable the Aphelion, it's there. We strike at the heart.
All right.
I can feel the energy.
Don't get too used to it. We're gonna take that thing down.
Here. Have to climb up, do we? Hope you didn't skip rock climbing class. Guess we can't just go through. Portal? Can you help me with a jar of pickles?
We have to turn off this energy field to enter. I must do it. It requires the hands of a Takon. Is it working?
It started.
Is the opening wide enough to get through?
Maybe if I were really thin. Like, impossibly thin.
Is it wide enough?
No, but I can see the Cartabula.
What about now?
Still a bit of a squeeze, but...
Still can't get in.
Stand back. I'll try again.
Reinforcements have arrived. Oh boy, they're teleporting up here. They're dead. Oh no, she's got a gauntlet.
Portal 6-3! I'm not going to remind you of the oath you took. I want you to remember why you made it. Your bond to your people. You can bring your empire back, and all you have to do is nothing. Stand back, and we will handle them.
So much time doing nothing. Now, I will take action. I will exterminate these heretics.
Purge the unclean!
This won't take long. I'll be back.
Wait. We'll help you.
Stay here. You need to be ready to open the energy field with me.
You can't take them all on yourself.
I am a guardian of the Takon Empire. I could take an army of them.
Unlimited power!
If you can get to the Cartabula, don't wait for me.
hold the line.
Said this before, and I'll say this
The
again.
gap isn't much wider. Can we get through?
I'm glad he's on our side.
Maybe we can widen it with a containment field from the tricorder. Oh!
I don't think we can crowbar our way in.
It takes a Takan to do it.
Oh. Damn. I did say they were doomed, right? Hey, could you open this for us?
That's far enough.
Ooh. He's gonna get infected and he's gonna like do it with the thing or something, or she is. I don't know. Someone's gonna get infected and they're gonna have to use the drug to save themselves and open it and then be taken over.
Let me. She compels me to bring you into the fold. I will make you one of us.
Miranda wouldn't want that.
You don't know her like I do.
Ooh, what have we got here? Continued refusal to join her as a sign of the flame will haunt Miranda the rest of her life. And she took it as a sign that their relationship simply wasn't meant to be after all. Sure. I think that ship sailed a long time ago. I think the game's just taking the piss with us now. So yeah, we're gonna have to stab ourselves with a drug or something. Rack device. It's
Soon, you'll understand.
Yep. So we could either kill or we can do this so that we can open up the thing so that everyone can be saved. Heroic sacrifice, go.
Finally, we can be... rejoin the flame.
I think this makes for an interesting story.
Are you all right? Carter, I'm sorry I hesitated. I tried to keep her from getting you. If I'd just shot her sooner, you wouldn't be like this.
Process. The change in me has already started.
Edsalar was proud of Carter when he opted to be bioformed inside the Aphelion, and more than a little worried as well. Certainly.
She's really gone. For good. I can't believe it.
It had to end this way. She was suffering. And now it's over.
Go and finish this, my brother.
Read it.
What is this? Who are you? Tell me now. I demand it.
You're talking to the guy that's in charge. Pipe down while I work.
Carter, you're kind of scaring me.
It's okay. I'm still in control. We've reached the Cartabula.
Very good. Are you all right?
Yeah, we're inside. That's what matters.
United Front. Yeah, I think we can finish this tonight.
Two of ours are keeping the bioform ships at bay, but they can't hold them off forever.
I'm receiving tricorder transmissions from the away team. They're picking up our warp core resonant frequency within the Aphelion.
They're bleeding astride. But they're not just taking our power, they're routing it through the Cartabula.
All right. Let's see. Head around this way. Well, this is an interesting soundtrack. All right. Crystal. Crystal magic, go. Head back around. And go.
There. That's the Resolute's warp core resonant frequency.
And these others?
Frequency matches the Titan's warp core resonance.
And
these two are the Kimball and the Lowell.
They're both Steamrunner class. Same engine platform.
They're just tuned a little differently. I must be getting information from the bioforming, but this warning, it means that it's struggling with the power stacked up at close frequencies.
The Cartabula can't handle the dissonance?
Maybe.
Vermont away team. Are you reading these Starfleet engine signatures?
We are. And you need to see this. The Steamrunner class frequencies are causing problems for the Aphilion's energy source. Sending visuals now.
where's our veins gone?
They're vulnerable. We have to use this.
Captain, if they want to take all of our power, I suggest we give it to them.
How?
If we and the other Starfleet ships work together and send maximum warp output tuned to those same frequencies, it could overload their core.
There is merit to the theory. But if we attempt this, it would preclude any other course of action.
I wouldn't risk this ship without good reason.
If this is going to succeed, we'll need all Starfleet ships to pitch in. We aren't alone anymore. We need to leverage that.
I will create a high-energy static warp shell.
We'll need the away team to guide us to the right frequency.
We read you, Resolute. You're putting a lot of faith in us, Captain. That's a hell of a plan.
I've got faith in you, and the rest of this crew. Now let's give them hell!
Yes, Captain.
I found an ejector team for the Cartabula.
So we can disengage it, just like we did with the Zeldy's warp cores.
Yeah, but it'll only activate if this thing gets completely overloaded.
So we gotta take it right up to the edge of destruction.
We are increasing the warp core resonant frequency now.
Alright. Sounds good. Shut up.
You'll destroy everything I've waited for.
If that thing wants to take over, it's going to have to go through the both of us. And I'm not going to let that happen. You hear me? I'm gonna fight it right along with you, Carter.
I can always count on you.
He's such a bro.
You'll stand by me to the end.
This isn't the end.
Is something wrong?
Yeah. Hetzelar felt overwhelmed with emotion when bioformed Carter was struggling for control of the Aphelion and told her he could always count on her. I really like Hetzelar in this. She is really cool.
No, we're fine.
Do you see our output frequency changing?
We do.
What is the impact on the Aphelion systems?
Keep it up, Resolute. It's starting to work. The bigger they are, the harder they'll fall.
Inertial dampeners are failing.
All warp power still being drained to the Aphelion, so that part of the plan is working. Now we need the others to join us.
Open a channel to anyone left on our side.
Opening a channel.
This is the Resolute. We're sending instructions to all ships to output maximum warp power at the designated frequency. We believe this will disable the Aphelion.
We don't know that. All we know is it'll siphon up our energy much quicker. You're leading us to disaster. Are you out of your mind? That has given them exactly what they want. You can't just expect us to turn belly up.
Our strength in Starfleet comes from our ability to work together, especially when everything is on the line.
I can get behind that, Captain Rydek. We're adjusting the Titan's warp output to match the Resolute's. I suggest the rest of you do the same.
Thanks, Raka. Xanatos. Oh boy.
The others are joining us.
is the Takahashi. Adjusting our engines now.
The Cartabula, it's compensating, counteracting our interference. But some of these other frequencies are causing spikes too. I'm gonna find a new target range for the Resolute.
Right. Adjust the frequencies. Reverse the polarity.
Let me try this out. Here. This one's hitting the hardest. If they all converge here, it'll provide the maximum disruption to the Cartabula.
Got it. We want to overload this thing, push it to the brink, but not past it. You sure about this frequency? If we go too far, we won't just be destroying the Cartabula. We're going to take a lot more with us. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Sometimes you just gotta go on faith, Millie.
I have faith in you. That's enough. Sending data to the Resolute.
Updated telemetry coming from the Await. We have a new target range. Sending new parameters to engineering.
We are now running our core at 105% of recommended capacity. If we try to meet that frequency, we will generate a harmonic imbalance of our own and risk a warp core breach. I must warn you, these are precisely the engine conditions that Captain Solano's experiment brought about.
Oh boy.
A runaway reaction is a dangerous possibility right now.
We can eject the warp core if it comes to that.
Even emergency procedures have non-zero failure rates.
If it doesn't work, we're dead anyway. So give me what you've got.
Consequences be damned? Aye, aye, Captain.
He approved of that. After Lieutenant Commander Chovak warned Yara of the dangers of a warp core breach at the height of the battle against the Aphelion, he was impressed by her willingness to embrace the risks no matter what the consequences. There have been a few other typos in there. Maybe it's because he's Vulcan. Maybe that's how they spell it.
We got an overload here.
It's at the breaking point.
Dame, dame, dame yo. Dame, dame yo.
What's happening? We got a problem. It's not gonna eject. We have to disengage the Cartabula manually. We lit this fuse. We gotta make sure it doesn't go off the wrong way. If we can pull hard enough on those levers, it'll dislodge this thing.
Pull those levers! Pull those levers! Wrong lever! Oh, I must do this.
You'll destroy everything I've waited for.
Oh, shit. Yeah! It's changing the controls on me.
Power restored.
And the Aphelion is shutting down.
Returning warp reactor to nominal output levels.
The Takan are running off reserve power now.
Fireworks sounds good, TVPG. The most precious time.
I saw what you did. The sacrifice you made.
Radiation levels are spiking.
It's coming from the Cartabula. He must have damaged it. Didn't get it out before it fractured.
It's cracked, but we're still here. We didn't rip a hole in space itself. So, not the worst that could have happened.
That's great, but it's still a problem.
3 to beam back to the Resolute.
Our transporters won't cut through the interference. We can't lock on.
We can't stay here.
We're not getting away in that thing.
There. Maybe I can use this to get us out of here. I don't know if it can get us back to the Resolute, but we have to get away from here. Everybody on!
Radiation's lower here, but still too high for us to stay on the ship.
This is good, but we can do better.
And soon, I hope.
We gotta get all the way to the Resolute.
That thing is down, but not out. We'll handle the stolen Federation ship, but you need to get a crippling shot on the Aphelion.
A direct hit to its bridge will bring it down.
I can take us real close, Captain. Skim the hull of that thing where it can't get a clear shot at us.
Make it so.
Or I can weave us through the battle. And hope we don't get caught in the crossfire.
We can't take much more damage.
So you want us to go closer to that thing?
We need to stay out of the fray.
Take us along the Aphelion's hull. Get us to the bridge as fast as you can.
Aye, Captain.
Just like going through Beggar's Canyon. Back on Tatooine.
We're almost in position for a shot at the bridge.
Photon torpedoes armed and ready.
Break off this attack, or I will be forced to eradicate you.
Sure. Because you asked us nicely.
Cartabula is continuing to release deadly amounts of radiation. Thankfully, it's still contained within the Aphelion.
They have comrades on that ship, both living and waiting to be reborn. We're going to die in here if I don't care. We will never submit to your Federation. We are taking our rightful place as rulers over this galaxy.
No.
We can't do that. We're dead. I won't.
Radiation poisoning is a terrible way to go, but it doesn't have to be that way. We can render aid to your crew.
No. We've crossed the eons to get here. I won't stop now. Fire salvo!
He was pissed at me showing mercy to him. Yeah, even when facing certain defeat, Galvan remained defiant to the end after refusing Yara's offer to send help. Damn crystal flechettes. 20% doesn't sound good.
Now the radiation is rising here, too.
Targeting the Resolute.
I can't let you do that.
Get on. can't hold on to it. I have to make manual adjustments to enhance the signal pattern. From here.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna make it out.
No way. We're all leaving together. We've been through too much to split up now. We don't leave people behind. Got it?
I'm really sorry, Nilly. I'm not gonna be able to go with you. But I have to get you back. Please.
If you said that we'll be stuck here, give in to me, and I will save us, not them.
Stop it.
What's happening?
It's an internal struggle, and he's losing.
Not like this.
It's the Takan. In my head. It's trying to keep me from sending you back.
There has to be a way for you to...
There isn't.
The time is now.
Wait, actually. There we go.
That won't work. I told you. This body is mine now.
Yeah, well, why do you have to say it? If it were yours, you wouldn't have to say it.
No!
Look out for each other.
The away team has beamed back.
We're in position and ready to fire, Captain.
Target their bridge.
Please, we target the ship. Pummel it to space dust, like we did to...
Fire.
There's some fireworks.
Hey, Carter?
Nilly.
I thought you'd want to know we made it. And that you'll always be my family. Even if I don't get to see you again. You'll never really be gone.
It's all about family.
Always, Nilly. Family. Forever.
Always.
Edsela was completely devastated after Carter sacrificed himself so she could live. And she could not agree more. They were family to the end. Well, this'll be something to explain to the brass.
All decks secure. We have the bioformed on board, fully contained.
The Starfleet ships under Takan control have signaled their surrender. Good work, Captain Rydick. Next time I need some backup, I'll know who to call. I trust you won't have a problem with that.
Just say the word and we'll be there.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Captain, we're being hailed. It's the Aphelion.
On screen.
The radiation. We won't last much longer in here. Please, we surrender. We need your help. Please, beam us aboard your ship.
Captain, I must remind you that when an enemy is surrendered, it is our duty to render aid.
You already offered help and they turned you down. Tried to destroy us.
That was the captain and he's dead
Why
now.
reach your hand out to them again?
Because it's the Starfleet way.
This is the fate they've chosen. Leave them where they are.
You can't do that.
We don't have much time. We submit. I don't know what else I can say.
This is what separates us from them.
Ermot was overcome with relief when Jara heeded his advice and chose to rescue and evacuate the surviving Takan aboard the Aphelion. And Bedrosian was crushed when Jara ignored her advice and opted to rescue and evacuate the surviving Takan. She became dark quite suddenly, I have to say. I mean, the Starfleet way in this sense is like the think of it as like the rules of engagement, I guess. Like, once the enemy has surrendered, one is required to treat them with dignity so long as it does not endanger yourself and, like, all that sort of stuff. I don't know what the rules of engagement are for Starfleet or in real life. I'm not a soldier, but yeah.
The fact that we can make a gesture of peace even after all our conflict. Set up containment fields in the docking bay and beam the Takan there. Crew of the Aphelion, shut down all systems, lower your defenses, and prepare to be transported.
Thank you.
Bismarck is sinking, you send lifeboat. Resolutions.
Hey,
Oh, fuck. Hey, Ethan, how you going?
My first order of business will be to help reestablish the Hotari government and resume peace talks, genuine talks, with the Illidians.
And after that?
Who knows? I know I don't want to be queen. There's so much good I could do with just a fraction of your medical technology if I could bring it to my people. But I also want to see what else is out there. Maybe there's even a place for me in Starfleet. It would be hard to stay on Hotari forever. Not with all there is to experience, to learn. My devotion to my people doesn't mean I don't want to explore all the galaxy.
I mean, I'd say do what you want. Join Starfleet, sure. Would love to have you here.
When you're ready, Starfleet will be waiting for you. I'll even put in a good word at the Academy.
Thank you. Perhaps I can serve on one of your ships someday.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
But...
Alright. Yeah. Eternally grateful Yara's efforts on behalf of the Hotari and will give careful consideration to her invitation to join Starfleet someday.
There are pressing matters we must attend to before any of that. I can't thank you enough for all you've done. I'll see you again.
Starfleet has granted me the privilege of conferring this upon you. Though I'm sure Captain Solano would rather have been the one offering this. You have acted dutifully and bravely through trying circumstances. I grant you the official rank of Captain. I believe a great many wonders lie ahead for you, Jara Rydick. There appears to be nothing that can stand in your way.
Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.
Yeah. Spock was left with the distinct impression Yara has a bright future with Starfleet after the fight against the Scions of the Flame was over, and she wished him well for the future. Who did they end up getting to voice Spock anyway for this? I mean, you gotta respond with that, right? It's Star Trek. It's like, may the Force be with you, or I've got a bad feeling about this. You gotta pick the stock lines when they've got the option.
Victory. Peace. These things never come without a cost.
All right.
For some, it requires putting aside centuries of enmity.
He does a really good job as Spock, I have to say. Like, he sounds remarkably like
For
Leonard
others,
Nimoy.
It takes facing complicated losses.
To Carter. How do you say goodbye to someone who isn't really gone? I thought I knew how to leave the past behind, but I've learned a thing or two.
And for too many, they had to pay the ultimate price. In time, history may forget their sacrifices, but those of us who were there never will. Now, all hands honor the dead. Captain Solano used to say that nothing ever stays the same. Entropy. It's the nature of the universe. As such, the crew of a starship can never stay the same. But while entropy says that order inevitably gives way to chaos, this crew has only grown stronger. More cohesive and coherent. Bound by our shared struggles. And working together, helping each other, we're able to do more than we'd ever imagined.
He got promoted to bridge.
Some of our differences couldn't be resolved. But perhaps that too can change. In time.
Hey, Vela.
Engage. Space, the final frontier. As we take our next steps into the unknown, the greatest insights that lie ahead are what we learn about each other. We might even surprise ourselves. And no matter what threats we may come upon, or mysteries we face, we will not be shaken. We are stronger together. We are steadfast in our purpose. We are Resolute.
That's the name of the ship. Better name than Enterprise. Okay, it's about profits. And that is Star Trek Resurgence, everyone. I hope that everyone enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was a really great adventure game, and I'd love to see like a follow-on of this, whether a sequel or just like another Star Trek game done in this style. But yeah, that was great. I loved that. I suppose it would be difficult, I guess, because like I suppose it would depend on like what options people chose. Like maybe there's a way to save Carter there. Like maybe if you choose to kill her, there's like another option for you to not have to take the thing. I plan to look up to sort of like see just how much choice there is in the game, I guess. Oh, and here we've got the cast for everyone. Kezia Barjos as Yara and Josh Keaton as Carter, our protagonist. Ah, yes. Piotr Michaels. Yep, and Jonathan Frakes. Yep. Stephanie Scher as... okay. And... yep. Keith Silverstein. It's, okay. Yeah, and Liam O'Brien, of course. You can always check the VODs, Vela, if you so decide. Or play the game yourself. I do recommend it if you like Star Trek or Telltale-style adventure games. I'd recommend playing it yourself, certainly. Because obviously you might have different choices to me. I have no idea, to be honest. Personally, I don't really care. As long as something feels good. Like, I care more about, like, whether it's entertaining to me. Like, yes, like, I can understand wanting, like, real choices and the like. But by the same token, that's how you get like open world disaster games where like nothing really matters because you can do anything, therefore they can't make anything real happen. I personally like linear stories because you can tell a much stronger story with it. The minute that you try to make choices count for a lot, you dramatically increase the workload in order to get things to make sense, take care of everything, and you might end up making choices that people like just don't care about. So you put in a lot of work into this branching storyline that nobody actually does. I also like visual novels, so sue me. Yeah, quite right, Killer Athey. Very special thanks to Gene Roddenberry. And you! Thank you. At the end of the day, I see it as the same thing. Like, this is a movie where I get like a few sort of like choices here. What's it say over here anyway? Alright. Well, apparently I've got to do that myself or something like that. Alright. Anyway, with that, it is time to wrap up the stream. We did go almost an hour over time, but we did get to finish that, which I count that as a win. Now, tomorrow we are going to be playing Limbus Company, because the new chapter drops for that, and I am very much looking forward to that. Depending on how long it is, we will be also doing that on Friday, so look forward to that. glad you all enjoyed that. And on the weekend, we will be looking at Super Robot Wars. So, now, let us go and raid somebody, shall we? And let's go and raid Valeria, shall we? Valeria is doing a Project Zomboid stream at the moment. And I think Val's also doing it with Rabbit. So let's pop in over there and say hello, shall we? Thank you very much as always, and hope to see you all next time, okay? See ya!